वेलकम टू अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ नॉटी नट। आज का एपिसोड बहुत एक्साइटिंग होने वाला है। वी गोना डीप डाइव टेक्निकली इनटू आवर मैक्स 200। तो मैक्स 200 में हमारे क्या प्लान्स है, हाउ द मैक्स 200 विल कम टुगेदर, उसको कैसे असेंबल करेंगे, ये सब हम टेक्निकल साइड पे हम बात करेंगे। सो व्हाट वी हैव थॉट, व्हाट आर आवर प्लान्स, दैट्स व्हाट वी गोना डिस्कस। तो इट इज़ गोइंग टू बी वेरी एक्साइटिंग। जो टेक्निकल लोग हैं उनको बहुत मजा आएगा। सो लेट्स बिगिन। फर्स्ट ऑब्वियसली वी एक्वायर्ड 2 इंजन्स, जो आपने इंस्टाग्राम में या स्टोरी में देखा होगा। वी हैव 2 इंजन्स ऑलरेडी, वी हैव डिसअसेंबल्ड द इंजन एंड व्हाट वी गोना डू इज वी गोना जॉइन द क्रैंक। तो हियर वी हैव द क्रैंक. So this is the right engine crank. This will be the right engine crank. This is the left engine crank, right? So ये एक engine की crank, right? And this is from one engine. So this has magnet. So say this is the left engine. This has to be the left engine now. I will explain you why. तो ये है लेफ्ट साइड का, इधर आता है मैग्नेट, इधर आता है जो मेन आपका ड्राइव है, this which drives the clutch. This sits over here. Earlier इसके ऊपर there were grooves to fit the nut, right? So what we have done is we have chopped that off. वो हमने chop कर दिया है. And what we have done from the other side of the crank is ये जो magnet वाला part है वो भी हमने chop कर दिया है. So you see this is the same but on the other side. तो ये हमने chop कर दिया है. And what we have done is made both the same. तो ये जो डायमेंशन है, this dimension till here, from here to here, and this is the same, right? And what we gonna do is, इसमें अभी कीवे हमने बनाया नहीं है, but we gonna do a कीवे and we gonna join these two together like this. के ऊपर आएगा एक मेटल का से a sleeve, right? So it's gonna be cylindrical. और what we are thinking is कि इसके ऊपर 2 कीवे होगा, एक ये क्रैंक का कीवे और इसका कीवे, which will be 180 degrees apart. तो एक ऊपर के साइड होगा, एक नीचे के साइड. There will be a cylinder with 2 कीवे. So suppose this is at TDC, ये ऊपर का TDC पे है, तो ये BDC पे होगा, right? So that's how we gonna keep the cylinders 180 degrees apart. That being said, we also have abhi Kishan is working on the 3D modeling and everything. So 3D model में भी हम आपको explain करेंगे कि what is happening. So now let's go to the screen and see what is happening. Kishan has already done the 3D modeling of both the engines, right? हाँ. तो now let's just go through the basic. What we gonna do is in the center में we have designed a plate which is gonna connect both the engines. More than connect, it's just gonna align both the engines. So this is what the plate is gonna look like, right? हमको दोनों इंजन ऐसे ही ज्वाइन नहीं करने थे. वी डिडंट वांट टू जस्ट लाइक ब्रिंग 2 engines together because I wanted some kind of like this plate, something in between which will share the load. खाली क्रैंक पे मुझे लोड नहीं डालना था. So you see these points, we gonna put dowels there. So it's gonna hold the torque between the 2 engines. वो torque को manage करेगा, the dowels. So that's what the plate is for. And what is the thickness of the plate Kishan? 15 mm. तो दो engine के बीच में 15 mm का distance रहेगा. And we gonna have long studs, joining two engines. So from the right engine, left engine, it's gonna have a long stud. और उसको we gonna tighten them and keep the engines together. Moreover, we have to do some modification to the frame. तो आगे का जो the engine the frame the AX100 max 100 frame has 3 engine mounts. So एक आगे में we don't have to do any modification. पीछे वाले में ऊपर और नीचे है, so we'll have to do modifications over there, right? नीचे वाले में करना पड़ेगा. So this one more thing is the drive. अभी drive shaft, what we gonna do is only the right engine will have all the gearbox, all the gears, right? जो left engine है उसके अंदर कुछ नहीं होगा. So this is the output of the sprocket. Sprocket, इधर लगता है और इधर से the power will be transferred. So what we gonna do is we'll have to sacrifice the left case. So say suppose this is the right one. ये left case है. तो left वाला case में Kishan did the calculation and everything. तो case में the sprocket comes somewhere over here, right? Somewhere over here. So we have to machine all this off. ये सब हम machine कर देंगे. We gonna make a hole over here. इधर से पूरा change आएगा, right? So and तो ये तो suppose ये तो निकला. This has the bearing over here, so it is supported. And then we gonna make a rod, right? That is gonna elongate from here, from this place to here. तो इधर भी हमको bearing का support मिलेगा, right? So there is a bearing over here, so we gonna take the support over here of the bearing, and the sprocket is gonna sit, say somewhere where this gear is sitting, right? So that way we not putting a lot of load on the right engine, because sprocket ka distance, suppose usually it's over here, but now what's going to happen, the sprocket is going this way. तो इसके ऊपर ये वाले bearing के ऊपर ज़्यादा load आएगा, because it's acting like a fulcrum, because the load is acting at a distance. So to counter that we gonna use this bearing. तो इतना load नहीं आएगा, the load will be divided between the two bearings. One more thing that Kishan noticed was that if you look carefully, ये जो RX 135 है, 135-100, उसमें the oil seal is on the outside, like on this one. ये left case है, ये वाला right side of the case, not the right engine but right side of the case, right half. तो इसमें there is no oil seal. The oil seal is actually inside. So if you can see, this is the oil seal. ये है oil seal. That's how the oil is being stopped from coming into the chamber. मगर in this case we can't use the open system over here. Why? Now because the primary oil, इसका जो ऑयलिंग हो रहा है वो ये जो इधर जो इंजन ऑयल है, द गियरबॉक्स ऑयल, इधर से उसको इंजन ऑयल मिल रहा है. दैट्स हाउ द बेयरिंग इज बीन लुब्रिकेटेड, राइट? दिस हाफ इज बीन लुब्रिकेटेड बाय 2T ऑयल, जो अंदर जो एयर फ्यूल मिक्सचर आता है उससे ये सब लुब्रिकेशन होता है. बट ऑन दिस साइड द लुब्रिकेशन इज हैपनिंग थ्रू द gear oil, right? So but on this side we don't have any engine. जो दो half हमारे join हुए, so the left engine won't have any oil because इधर तो plate आ रही, there is plate in middle, right? So because this case won't have any engine क्योंकि इधर आ रही है हमारी plate, right? So we have to find a way to lubricate this bearing. So what we have thought of so far is we will design a oil seal. We will try to design a oil seal that stays over here. Array light के उससे हम join कर देंगे and we gonna remove the oil seal from this side. So we gonna remove this oil seal. और जैसे ये हाफ में टूटी ऑयल से जैसे इट्स गेटिंग लुब्रिकेटेड विच इज the same system with the RX 100 and 135, we gonna use the same method to lubricate this side of the bearing as well. So that's the bearing issue. One more thing that we had to think of is कि अभी पावर बढ़ गया है. Now we're using 2 engines, so they're going to be 2 engines, and as it is by experience हमको पता है कि जो Max 100 का जो clutch है it is not strong enough to handle the power क्योंकि after modification जो हम modification करते हैं उसके बाद the clutch is slipping all the time. Now this is your normal clutch, right? It's a small one. And this, trust me, can't take all the load. So what we have decided is that we're gonna use a bigger clutch. Now this clutch is from Suzuki Gixxer 150. तो ये वाला clutch is from Suzuki Gixxer 150, which is way bigger. मतलब ये क्लच इसके अंदर पूरा आ जाएगा. इट्स अ वे बिगर क्लच. सो अभी नॉर्मल मैक्स 100 विल प्रोड्यूस अबाउट what 6 bhp 7 bhp. नाउ आफ्टर द mods that we do उसके बाद the bhp jumps to around 13 to 14. That is the engine bhp I'm talking about. Anywhere from 12 to 14 after the plate. मतलब आप प्लेट डालोगे फिर हाई कंप्रेशन हेड डालोगे तो your power will jump over there. And how that works is a calculation. So basically the engine is producing about 7 Newton meters. 9 Newton meters. So it is producing about 9 Newton meters at around 5000 or something. तो वो 9 Newton meters हम ले गए around 8000 or 9000. So if you do the calculation, 9 Newton meters into 8000 divided by 5252, so the power comes down around 12 to 14 bhp, right? तो हमारा torque is the same, right? Torque is the same. Now this torque will increase a little bit because we have increased the compression ratio. मगर वो हम suppose अभी count नहीं करे, say the torque stays at around 7. Then also this little baby clutch ये handle नहीं कर पाएगा 14 Newton meters because now we have 2 engines, right? तो 14 Newton meters it cannot handle. That's why we have gone for bigger sorry, not 14, 18, right? Sorry, 9 is the torque.
9 is the torque.
Sorry, 9 is the torque. So now it is doing 18 Newton meters. So this Suzuki Gixxer 150 is around 14 Newton meters, which is still more. मतलब 18 is still more. But I think with heavier springs के ऐसा कुछ करके we can make this clutch work. it's a good good build, strong. अगर मैं आपको उसका case वगैरह दिखाऊँ, so it is nice, everything is bigger, it's quite strong, the springs are also strong, and it has five springs. और इसमें I can go for a heavier spring, I can change the spring और उसका मैं tension change कर सकता हूँ. It is easier to manufacture the springs that are used over here. ये springs it is hard to manufacture because like it's इसका थोड़ा system ही अलग है. It's like pull type, right? So the system is little different. Anyway, so yeah, that's about the clutch. चलो भाई हमको clutch, we want to use a bigger clutch, right? So how we are doing the clutch? So what we have done is this is मतलब एकदम shady है ये, but it is quite interesting, how we came around this problem. So see the clutch, the 150 Gixxer 150 का क्लच ऐसे बैठता है, it sits like this, right? और इधर उसका it had these things that were protruding out, and it used to sit like this. Now obviously I can't use this gear, ये gear मैं use नहीं कर सकता हूँ because I have to use this gear which is of max 100, right? I have to use this. So what we did is this ये चीज the housing, we are trying to fit this housing on this gear, right? And how we did that? So ये आप देख रहे हो, you can see this this aluminum part. What we did is we shaved off all this fins, ये हमने शेव ऑफ कर दिया, खाली हमने प्लेट रखा, राइट? और ये प्लेट अभी ऐसा दिखता है. So that's how it looks now. Earlier this had all the things जिसके ऊपर इसके ऊपर वो क्लच प्लेट, फ्रिक्शन प्लेट फिट होती है. तो अभी हमारे पास है सिर्फ ये. And what we gonna do is we gonna weld this on this. तो ये ऐसे वेल्ड हो जाएगा. अभी ये इसका सेंटर नहीं मिल रहा, सो वी ऑल्सो डिज़ाइन दिस पीस विच इज़ गोना अलाइन बोथ ऑफ देम. तो अगर इसके अंदर हम ये डाल दें तो नाउ इट इज़ अलाइन, नाउ इट्स नॉट गोना मूव, राइट? सो अभी इसको हम पूरा वेल्ड कर देंगे, एंड दिस होल असेंबली देन इज गोना फिट ऑन दिस, राइट? So now it is all centered and aligned and it's gonna fit here. Okay, nice, So we have solved the clutch problem, मगर there was another problem. अभी हमारा clutch बड़ा है, तो what was happening is we couldn't accommodate this whole thing in our the case, right? तो the problem that we are facing is कि अभी हम उसका जो क्लच साइड का कवर है वो हम फिट नहीं कर पाएंगे. So what we have done is we have shaved a lot of material. अभी इसके अंदर on the inside there was a lot of material, क्योंकि अभी तो the housing is big. So earlier it had to fit only this thing which was enough. उसके पास काफ़ी जगह थी to move around, but with the bigger housing it was touching everywhere. So we have shaved off a lot of material, if you can see, right? And now let me show you how it looks. So we still have to see, अभी थोड़ा running और टेस्ट करना है. You can see the clutch is like popping out. तो हमने काफ़ी सारा मटेरियल शेव ऑफ किया है. We gonna fit द प्लेट्स फिट करेंगे, फिर ये फिट करेंगे, क्योंकि ये कैसे काम करेगा दैट ये इट्स गोना पुश, तो ये ऐसे ये इट्स गोना पुश दिस प्लेट, दैट्स हाउ द क्लच इज गोना गेट रिलीज्ड। तो उसका भी हम वर्किंग देखेंगे। इनफ हमारे पास क्लियरेंस होगा, देन वी गोना मेक अ एल्यूमिनियम प्लेट अराउंड हियर एंड वी गोना सील दिस ऑफ। तो ये वेल्डिंग करके ये सब कुछ हम बंद कर देंगे बाद में। सो दैट वाज द क्लच। आई हैव ऑलरेडी कवर्ड अबाउट स्प्रॉकेट कि स्प्रॉकेट हम क्या करेंगे। वी आर नॉट मूविंग, आई डोंट वांट टू मूव द स्प्रॉकेट लोकेशन। जो फैक्ट्री का पीछे का जो व्हील है उधर से जो स्प्रॉकेट का जो चेन आ रहा है, वी गोना कीप इट द सेम, वी नॉट मूविंग इट, राइट। वो हम मूव नहीं कर रहे, राइट। सो दैट्स व्हाई वी हैव टू सैक्रिफाइस वन केस, और उधर से फिर हमारा चेंज आएगा। what other modifications we need to do, और क्या है। so now let's just go into the screen and see everything. so like I said plate तो हमने already देख ली है। now let's see about the clutch
का जो क्लच जो माउंट है,
clutch mount, हाँ अच्छा ये clutch mount, okay, very important। तो फैक्ट्री ये है फैक्ट्री का सेटिंग, राइट। आराम से दिस इज जस्ट फिट, बट दिस इज नॉट अ फिट, राइट। दिस इज बिग, ये ऐसे अंदर जा रहा है बट इसका डायमेंशन अलग है, राइट। सो हाउ वी गोना कम ओवर दैट प्रॉब्लम। सो किशन हैज डिजाइंड बुशिंग, अंदर एक बुशिंग जैसा आएगा इन दिस। सो व्हाट वी गोना डू इज वी गोना शेव ऑफ ये जो टीथ है इसको हम शेव ऑफ कर देंगे, राइट। और उसके अंदर देन वी गोना फिट दिस बुश, वी गोना मेक ये जो टीथ की जो बाहर की पैटर्न है, हाउ मेनी टीथ्स आर देयर 20, हाँ जी, ये जो 20 टीथ की पैटर्न है वो इसके अंदर हम करेंगे वायर कट। सो दिस इज गोना डिसअपियर और इसके ऊपर आएगा 20 टीथ की पैटर्न, उसके अंदर ये वाला बुश फिट होगा, राइट। और उसके अंदर वी गोना फिट दिस शाफ्ट, तो ये वाला शाफ्ट उसके अंदर फिट होगा, विच इज लाइक फैक्ट्री, राइट। सो फैक्ट्री शाफ्ट वी आर नॉट चेंजिंग, क्लच वी हैव चेंज टू हैव मोर पावर। what else yeah, we have to shave off थोड़ा fins हेड का और ब्लॉक का, जो ब्लॉक और हेड का हमको we will be shaving off fins। तो we gonna shave off some from here has to be shaved off। obviously we gonna shave off the top 4 mm, right। हाँ, तो इसका कोटिंग what kind of coating we gonna keep, Kishan, if you can enlighten us। इसमें कौन से टाइप का हम कोटिंग रखने वाले हैं, because Kishan he never likes the same coating in two bikes। मतलब इसमें ये वाला है तो ये वाला भी इसमें करेंगे, he doesn't like that। so he's gonna try something else। तो ये इसमें क्या करना है, what is your range, he likes to go higher, like मतलब 9,000 10,000, I'm like bro थोड़ा नीचे 8,000, because it's like 9,000, the RX 135 it's like 9,000, all that power comes एक ही टाइम पे आता है, and it is very crazy, ऐसे it's very violent, it's good for drag, मगर for street it is hard to ride। so Kishan likes higher। so what Kishan ये इस वाले में हम क्या करने वाले हैं, द मैक्स 9,000 you want to keep it over there। and yeah, so उसका power calculation is coming around 28-30 bs with both the engines, दोनों engine if we combine two engines with our modifications, then it is around 30 bhp. तो उसका gearing what we also decided on the final drive ratio. तो we gonna change the final drive ratio.
उसकी सब sprocket change.
हाँ, तो we gonna change the sprocket और what we calculated some top speed. Top speed हमने calculate किया तो what
160.
हाँ? 160. 160. So
160, 150.
yeah, around
Duke 390.
Duke. So it is close to Duke 390. But Duke 390 is what 6 gears. और हमारे पास सिर्फ 4 ही है. But still, you know, we'll manage to do something. Maybe, you know, go till, you know, 160 or something. So that's it for this video. अगर आपके पास कोई questions है regarding this, or you know, if you want to suggest anything, you can DM us on Instagram or you know comment on the video below. जैसा मैंने आपको पहले बताया था, you know, we don't do any copycat engineering कि भाई किसी ने ऐसा किया, you should do this. जो हमको you know दिमाग में आता है कि like this is how we should proceed. You know, we have our own ideas, and you know that's what you know we work on. Like you know, he has some ideas, Kishan will throw some ideas, I will throw some ideas. और जो मेरा experience, because you know I have worked you know a lot you know on bikes and cars, so if I know कि this is the easiest and you know ये path you know is going to give me good results, I choose that path. तो ऐसा नहीं कि किसी ने किया है तो you know हम ऐसा करेंगे. You know you know we have our own way of working, and you know that's how we do our engineering. तो जो भी आप देखोगे you know Kishan has you know like, so this is for the fuel tank of 118. So you know we think ये क्या आएगा, you know I will show you know how what we gonna do with this. So we have our own way of engineering, and that's how we do it. But still, you know, I would appreciate your comments and your suggestions. One thing I forgot to mention is what the ignition system is going to be like. Like spark हम कैसे manage करेंगे in both the engines, you know, which has to fire 180 degrees apart. Normally CDI system होता है. Right, I don't want to do you know anything with the CDI, so we're gonna use an ECU. You know, if you know ये ECU हमने in house बनाया. This is the speed UINO ECU. So I intend to use the speed UINO version 4 for the bike. And it's going to be spark only, मतलब सिर्फ spark के लिए हम यूज़ करेंगे. This ECU can handle spark and fuel both, मगर हम सिर्फ spark के लिए यूज़ करेंगे. And I intend to use a dynamic ignition curve. So we're going to bring in the map sensor. तो ये you know this is the map sensor. You see this black one, that is the map sensor. We're going to use the map sensor, और उसके हिसाब से you know the ignition curve is going to vary. So that's the plan, and yeah, let's see how it goes. You know, if we can fulfill all that we have planned. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.